All right. Thank you again for joining me. I'm Michael Tobin, your Lookout Guy, and you're listening to the Lookout Guy podcast. I've got a treat for you with Vini Contreas. His new release from the 16th of October right now, a Saturday, and man, it's been a busy day. And his new release of a cover of Boston's More Than a Feeling. And Vini goes back to the 1970s and contemporary music, and then and then after getting saved and born again, Christian contemporary. So he's got a long list of music, a music background. And incidentally, the Boston group, after the lead singer had passed away, the lead singer of Stryper, Michael Sweet, he is good friends with the band. Whenever they go on tour, Michael Sweet is actually the lead singer for Boston. So if you get a chance to see Boston in concert with Michael Sweet, you are blessed. And if you get a chance to hear and meet Vini Contreas, he's in the Boston area in Massachusetts, you will be blessed. So I've known Vini online from online Bible studies for the past couple years, and haven't had a chance to meet him personally yet. But along with his new release, the cover of More Than a Feeling, we've got his first major recording, Wild Strawberries, and then 12 songs that he was so kind to send me. I said, hey man, can you send me a few of your favorites? And he sent me 12 songs that he is still working on, and he gave me permission to play them. But you're not listening to the final mastered versions, so be on the lookout for all these songs after they've been finally mastered and officially released. So this is the ultimate Vini Contreas sneak peek. And I've also got an update about something that I've talked about a couple times on my podcast, the supply backup, the shipping, cargo ships in Southern California. I live in San Diego County, and I drove all the way up to San Pedro, Long Beach, to get a view for myself, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It is a shipping phenomenon. Chaos, disaster with shipping. Ships as far as the eye can see, cargo ships. And I tell you that in my audio file of when I turned a video into an audio file, so you'll hear that, and then into the 12 songs of Vini Contreas's sneak peek songs that I got for you. So that will be beginning with, other than the Boston cover of More Than a Feeling and Wild Strawberries, his first major song, written in 1971 and released in 1975. So the 12 songs begin with The Invitation, Christ Crucified, Bite Your Tongue, Jesus King of Kings, Revelations, Take Two, The Bread of Tears, The Fall, Are You Getting the Picture, The Spirit, The Third Strand, The Umbrella Scenario, and We All Need Jesus. So, getting into the show, thank you again for joining me on The Lookout Guy. Now, here is Wild Strawberries, More Than a Feeling, and then, actually, that's how it's going to be. This is live right now. Wild Strawberries, More Than a Feeling, and then my short update on all these cargo ships, and then beginning with the 12 songs that I mentioned. So God bless you guys. Thank you for listening to the Michael Tobin's Lookout Guy podcast.
I pick my wild strawberry. Now I'm not a flame, and if it's all the same, I'm the captive on this ferry. And now the ferry, she floats so high and wide, and she's so open that it's hard to hide. And she keeps moving on like the break of dawn, and she'll mow you down like a raging storm. Now you know the sea was meant to be the king of all our nature. Now the ferry is frail, but you'll always sail, and the sea can make no wager. When the sun goes down, you might look around and find a man, his name is Jesus. Now he's a very proud, but he's not too loud. You might listen if it pleases, and what he's got to say might make your day. If it don't, he'll keep on trying, 'cause he's got all the patience in the world, and he's not afraid of dying no. He's the only answer to the cause. Getting up that ferry. Now if you miss your stop, well then don't give up. Just pick your wild strawberries. Oh yeah. Up this morning, the sun's gone. Turned on some music to start my day. Lost myself in a familiar song. I closed my eyes and I slipped away. faces fade as the years go by, yet I still recall as I wander on, as clear as the sun in the summer sky. When I'm tired, feeling cold, I hide in my music, forget the day, and dream of a girl I used to know. I close my eyes and she slipped away. She slipped away.
All right, I'm here at Furman Park in San Pedro. Oh, I was going to say secret location, but I kind of stumbled upon a Patriots meeting, and they've got bullhorns, flags, Patriot masks on, kind of militant looking helmets here and there, but yeah, they're getting their voices for freedom and all of the above subjects that we've been listening to for the past few years, mostly. And that's in the park. But right here, I kind of crossed the fence where a lot of people like to go down to the rocks. Down yonder. People like to go down there, play on the rocks. A lot of kelp. So all they're doing is getting their tootsies wet. I mean, you could go pretty much anywhere, Southern California to the coast, and find things like that. But anyways, I wanted to get some view from San Pedro. Long Beach and San Pedro is like the spot for cargo ships. And I found the perfect spot to get a point view. Not sure if I could zoom in. Nope. What a beautiful view. As far as the eye can see, wow, literally, you could see cargo ships. And getting over here off of the 710 south, that's right off the 415 or 405, 410, one of those. It's a north and south freeway, main one that you access to and from I-5. See, look at that. As far as the eye could see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's as far as the eye could see. And then you pan south and you could see a few more. And then way up there, man, look at all those. And this ain't nothing, just wait for it because I'm panning. Look at all those cargo ships. They keep saying for the past few weeks it's been holding steady at about roughly 70 cargo container ships. There's a Long Beach area where you see all those cranes. And there's a steady line going across the Pacific this way of more cargo ships. And it kind of reminds me of 10 days to flatten the curve. Well, they said that if you go 14 days without any cargo ships arriving, they could get it under wraps. But these ships are steadily coming at a steady pace. And it's not going to end anytime soon. And I came all the way up here from San Diego. It's an 80-mile drive. Yesterday's news is that San Diego is relieving the Long Beach and San Pedro ports of whatever they could relieve them of, and including in that, Home Depot hires their own cargo ships. Home Depot is offloading in San Diego. So you can look it up on the news, San Diego cargo ships, keywords, and find some articles about that. How is San Diego helping? So, this is what I came all the way up here for. Just to see this view for my own records.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. It won't be nice. Okay, there's got to be some more down here.
You guys looking for the cargo ships, the best view?
Look, can I see? No, we're just exploring.
Alright, right on.
You got a tip?
No, the only thing I could think of was this Furman Park.
Where's that?
That's that park over there.
Oh yeah, we were there.
It's a nice family atmosphere. Yeah, everybody's just chilling. We are family. Yeah, I like this phone. It's my cheap phone. And I got a better phone, but this cheap phone does good video. But it seems like it's blurring and focusing. But it will look good on my PC desktop. And I could get some photos, screenshots. I'll actually take photos and then zoom in on them. But between a whole bunch of photos, I'm sure I'll get 1 to 3 good ones. Yep, this is a pretty good view. And I am going to implement this on my podcast. Hopefully the wind ain't blaring in the microphone. with Vini Contreas. All kinds of good stuff that I'm sure you heard on my phone conversation. And by the time I get everything queued up on my podcast, I'll have a list of all the songs. I'll name them in order of play for future reference and free downloads. The ultimate sneak peek, Vini Contreas, legend. And once you do all your reading up on him and whatever I've got to say, you're going to be like, wow, a hidden gem. Vini Contreas in contemporary gospel, sold out for Jesus music. Sold out to Jesus and his music. There you have it. All those ships. So out of all the ships, 70, give or take, as many as possible are anchored, and some are so far out that they cannot anchor. And of course, instead of 230,000 gallons of oil that was spilled from a pipeline that was in the water, that was most likely factually drugged by an anchor, because there's a big gash, a foot or a couple feet hole in it, a gash. What's going to gash something down there but an anchor? It's more like I think 3,200 gallons or something like that, but not 260,000 or 160,000 gallons. That would be like the most grandest extreme case scenario. But it turns out that it was just a couple thousand gallons of oil released, and some tar balls are being found as far south as San Diego, and as I said earlier, 80 miles from North San Diego County to San Pedro here where I'm at. San Pedro, Long Beach. So now I've got it. I've got my own video coverage for my own self. I don't really like to have to rely on media or mainstream media photos or videos for my own reference, for my children and my children's children reference when they say, hey, what's Grandpa been podcasting about back in the day? And I don't know if this, yeah, I think the screen does pick it up. There's a smog line. And that's another thing with all the ships out there using their fuel for power. They're saying that it's causing an unusual increase in smog, air, affecting the air quality. But you can see a smog line, and it's almost reminiscent of the 70s, 1970s. So the smog line is way out there, and it used to be so much closer. Wow, those are really far out. So pray for Christmas. One of my most recent podcasts, I gave my advice for shopping. I actually finally went into Walmart and looked at some prices yesterday, and they've got some really, really good deals on clothing. So I had to pick up a couple of pair of $10, $12 pants for work, a couple of zip up hoodies for work because I work in a refrigerated environment, and actually a long sleeve t-shirt, what I'm wearing right now. So that'll get me through the winter. And I recommend Marshalls and Ross. I haven't been into Ross yet. Ross dress best for less. But as far as the more upscale, like Macy's, you're going to be looking at price tags that don't say suggested retail, but they are right up there equivalent to suggested retail pricing. And even with 30 to 40% off, like they have sections, it's still, like I saw a $60 hoodie, real thin material hoodie, $60. And for 30% off, which is like way more than $35, still way too much just for a thin hoodie. Item of clothing that's made who knows where, somewhere outside of the United States. So yeah, I recommend places like that. Even thrift stores. Go to thrift stores because like Goodwill, Salvation Army, they've got things that are brand new, still have the stickers on them. They're in the original boxes, never been used. You never know what you're going to find at a thrift store. You're helping a cause. So stick with Walmart, Marshalls, Ross dress best for less, and the thrift stores. Because of this supply, what they're calling supply shortage. So it ain't really going to be that bad. They're still got coffee and everything at the grocery stores. But go shopping early and you won't regret it. It's still going to be a good Christmas. Christmas and Hanukkah season. Get your candles. Put them on some plates in the house. Put them on a safe platform where you could light a candle. It's not going to burn anything. You know the routine, the drill. All right. Thank you for checking this out, and on to Vini Contreas.
Hello. Hey, Mike, it's Vini. Oh, Vini, how you doing, man? I'm good. How you doing? Oh, pretty good. Yeah, I was out on my bicycle. I left the phone home because it was dead. Oh, right on. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to go out without your phone sometimes too. I seriously enjoy it. Yeah. You know. So anyway, I think I got the gist of it. You want me to introduce the show? Yeah. Did you want me to? Did you want me to say anything about me being on the show, or you want me to just ramble on about whatever? I'm not sure where to take it from introducing the show. Well, I always called them intros.
In half a mile, have to stay on I-5 North. Follow sign for I-5 North Santa Ana.
Yeah, you'll probably hear my driving directions here and there. Oh, God. Yeah, all kinds of galactic spaceship stuff going on. Yeah. But yeah, I asked Paul if he could do one time, and he says, "Oh, that's a leader."
You have to stay on I-5 North.
Okay. So it's like when somebody says, "Hey, you're listening to KCBQ FM," or whatever. I guess it's called a leader. Okay, and that's all you want? Yeah, like, any way you want to do it. Like, you're listening to Mike Tobin on the Lookout Guy podcast and introduce your name. And, yeah, as far as exhortation, God, I don't know. That's usually
it's not necessary, right? It's not really necessary.
No, it's not necessary.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to ignore that.
Yeah.
And do you want me to put an outro as well?
Nah, that's cool. Just the intro.
It's as simple as that. All right.
Yeah.
I
got it. I'll get something. When do you plan on doing this?
I'm probably going to have it done tomorrow. Because by the time I get home, I'm going to be doing a little, putting together more stuff in the queue and filing.
And, okay. Well, did you go to Spotify or whatever your streaming service is? Did you get a hold of any of the other stuff I've got online?
Oh, yeah, I did. Actually, I went to YouTube, and the Wild Strawberries album has a bunch of cool songs. But what I'm going to do is I want to play Wild Strawberries because that's like your first major song.
Yeah.
And the new cover for Boston's More Than a Feeling.
Right on.
And cool. then what I want to do after that, after I'm done chit-chatting or whatever, just play the whole 12 songs that you sent me.
Oh, really? You can preface that by saying, what I told you. These are several unreleased projects, and you're getting the first listen, and this is it,
Oh, wow, that's good. That's good info.
Yeah, none of that is released yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There's like 3 projects. I think there's 3 different records that I pulled from to send you.
Okay. That's cool. I could mention that, and because I said, asked you, hey, can you send me just a few of your favorites, and that's what I got.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that's what you got.
Because it's all ministry. I was actually listening to them when you just called me while I'm driving. I'm like, man, this is cool.
Yeah, do you like it?
Yeah, man, it's good preaching. Christ crucified, and all I need is Jesus. Yep.
I believe in Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe in Jesus. Did I send you that one? It's like, I can't remember what I said.
I think so.
Actually, you know what? I can look right now on my sent file. When was Oh, I put it in a Dropbox, didn't I?
Yeah. Yep. It was 12 files.
Yeah, the invitation, Christ crucified, bite your tongue. Oh, Jesus, King of Kings, the Revelation.
Yep.
Yeah, all that stuff. Oh, we all need Jesus. So that, all that stuff is unreleased. I have released it in the past, but I pulled them all, and I'm re-releasing. But
yeah.
okay,
This is an ultimate sneak peek then.
A total sneak peek. Yeah.
Right on. Hey, well, what about this conversation? You think it would be cool if I just play this conversation and then let her rip?
Yeah. Did you just record it?
Yeah.
Sure. You do what you want.
Right on. Yeah, because sometimes I could edit things on this app called Audacity, but that takes hours, man. To edit. Yeah.
Yeah. Do what you want.
Right on. And it's cool that you use Dropbox too, because other Dropbox files I've gotten, I was actually able to download them and send them to my normal cloud storage thing. But on this one, they're always changing things. I saved the file and it ended up doing each individual one, and I downloaded the app, and I'm like, oh wow, I was doing queuing up on my podcast app, and it actually gave Dropbox as one of the options to download from. I'm like, oh,
sweet,
totally cool. Far
Excellent.
out. All right, man.
Well, I'll try and get that recorded. Are you going to air it tomorrow or just finish it tomorrow?
I'll finish it tonight, and maybe it'll be a midnight thing. Who knows?
Okay, so I've got to get that off to you then.
Yeah.
If I did it on my phone, is that acceptable?
Oh yeah, that's acceptable. And private message on your phone, you just tap that microphone thing, and they give you 60 seconds to do a audio message.
Oh, you want me to just call you and leave like a message for you?
Yeah, you know how when you do private messenger on your Facebook, you type in a little message.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Well, down in all the options on the bottom of your screen, there's a icon of a microphone. And when you tap that, you just start recording, and it sends a voice message.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. But however you want to do it, but that's the easiest.
Okay.
That's the easiest way.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Michael. Well, thanks, man. And this is obviously just tap in anytime, right?
Yeah. Hey,
Cool. Send me a link.
Okay.
Yeah, after you've done it or whatever, send me a link.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
So I
send
can
you
check
the
it
link. And with when else? Well, if I do it at midnight, it's 3 a.m. your time.
Yeah, well,
You can always listen to it. It'll be fine already. So how about that dog that's in the background barking? Is that that cool dog that you have in one of your... Oh, okay, yeah. There's this black dog in one of your photos. You said it's one of your friend's dogs. It's pretty cool.
Get away from me.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right, Michael. Well, be safe out there.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, that's my conversation with the great Vini Contreas. And, this is what I love about live podcasting. I've got the radio background 5 years, and it was such a long time ago, from 1989 to just before November of 1993. So I always say from 89 to 94 at a Christian AM radio station in Virginia, Ashland, Virginia. And I could be ashamed of how raw this is, but this is podcasting, and that's the beauty of podcasting, that you could just talk and, everything is off the cuff. You don't have to sound like the totally scripted thing. But that's my conversation with Vini Contreas, and he did a really good leader introducing the podcast, and I tried to file it, but I went through 1 million cell towers from San Diego to ultimately Redondo Beach to meet up with a friend and that I'm praying for. And I have an awesome prayer that I prayed for him while I was driving up. He had some guitars stolen from his storage in the Redondo Beach area. Very expensive guitars. He's a musician. He knows a lot of, Christian and secular rock stars, heavy metal. And he's born again. He's a brother in Christ. His name's Howard Thorne. And he's a freelance photographer. And these guitars, he's got some leads on what happened to them. And he went through this big story about him and a MP, a military MP, friend of his, did some stakeouts and everything. Man, what a story. He's going to get him back. But while I was listening to Vini Contreas' songs, it was a blessing. I felt led to pray for my friend Howard, and my prayer was, and this is a good thing about it, because he called me up when I was up in San Pedro and told me that he had some leads. But while I was driving, I says, God, through your network of angels, guardian angels, ministering spirits, have your angels network together between him and wherever his guitars are at, all the angels that are here and there in between, and somehow get the information on where his guitars are at, and somehow contact Howard and give him the information that will lead to the recovery of his guitars. Well, wouldn't you know it, when I finally got to San Pedro, Furman Park, to look at all those cargo ships, he called me up and says, "Hey, Mike, sorry I'm late, but I'm almost at the place where we're going to meet at, but I just got a call about the management of the storage units, and I've got some really good leads, and I believe that the Lord is showing me that I'm going to get my guitars back. So lo and behold, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I prayed that. And it took him like an hour and a half after meeting him tonight in Redondo Beach at a coffee shop to explain to me everything that transpired from last week until today. And it's just an awesome story. It's like a Rockford Files PI, private investigation story, but he's going to get his guitar. So pray for my friend Howard Thorne. And now, without any further ado, getting into the songs that I mentioned earlier, the 12 SneakPeek songs that are not mastered yet. So this is the pre-mastered versions of these 12 songs. The Invitation, Christ Crucified, Bite Your Tongue, Jesus King of Kings, Revelations, Take Two, The Bread of Tears, The Fall, Are You Getting the Picture? The Spirit, The Third Strand, The Umbrella Scenario, and We All Need Jesus. And as I drive home, I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to let it rip with all these songs. God bless you, and thank you again for joining me. I'm Michael Tobin, your Lookout Guy on the Lookout Guy podcast. And beginning with Vini Contreas' The Invitation.
Everyone who thirsts, come to the water, and you who have no money, come buy and eat, yes, come buy wine and milk, without money, without price. Why do you spend money for what is not bread, and your wages for what does not satisfy? Listen carefully to me and eat what is good, and let your soul delight itself in abundance. Incline your ear and come to me. Hear and your soul shall live. I'll make an everlasting covenant with you. The sure mercies of David. Behold, I've given him a witness for the people, a leader and commander for the people. Surely you will call a nation you do not know. Nations that don't know you will run to you. Because of the Lord your God and the Holy One of Israel, for he has glorified you. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Let the wicked man forsake his ways, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord, who will have mercy on him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. My thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, says the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain comes down and the snow from heaven, and don't return there, but water the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. So will my word be prosper in the things for which I sentenced. You will go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills will break forth into singing, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. Instead of the thorn tree, the cypress tree will grow. Instead of the briar, the myrtle tree will grow. And it will be to the Lord for a name, for an everlasting sign that will not be cut off. Everyone who thirsts, come to the waters, and you have no money. Come by and eat, yes, come by wine and milk without money, without price. I don't know anything but Christ crucified, Christ crucified, He died. I don't know anything but Christ crucified, Christ crucified, He died. And He died for me, He died for you. Now that we know this, what we gonna do? This is no game. The Lamb was slain on our behalf, that we be free from God's wrath and be led down the path that leads to Him in eternity. I don't want anything but Christ in me, Christ in me, He sets me free. I don't want anything but Christ in me, Christ in me, He sets me free. And He lives in me, fill us up with Him. I don't need anything but God's love, God's love, that's enough. I don't need anything but God's Father and the Son, by the Spirit, their love can become one in us. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He stepped out of eternity, let the Word be spoken. Unto him be the glory, as the word is written. Jesus, King of kings, help us to lift our hearts in glory to your throne. And we will sing, we'll lift up our hands in praises till you take us home. He walked among them, and he came to his own, but they did not know him. They were blind to his throne. And to those who receive him, let the light shine on them. And to those who believe him, they become his children. Jesus, King of kings, help us to lift our hearts in glory to your throne. And we will sing, we'll lift up our hands in praises till you take us. Jesus, King of kings, help us to lift our hearts in glory to your throne. And we will sing, we'll lift up our hands in praises till you take us home. Take us home. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Jesus, King of kings, help us to lift our hearts in glory to your throne. And we will sing, we'll lift up our hands is out on break. They really need the overtime, but there's more than that at stake. They've been out on maneuvers, but the enemy's not clear. While they heard them in the suburbs screaming, keep 'em out of here. 'Cause now it's in their backyards. The captain said, hey, where they gonna go? There's no place in this world that is safe now. And say it isn't so. Everybody knows they're drawing sketches in the courtrooms and conclusions at the fort. If they get the ammunition, they'll alter their report. Their sun sets on South Central, but it's burning holes uptown. They can't put out the fires 'cause the heat keeps coming down. And you can't save your money here, so you better save your soul. Burn your name on the book of life. Your money burns a hole. Your money just burns a hole. Are shaking hands, everybody's shaking back. They got cameras down the block, shooting scenes of the crowds. This movie's on the news. America stands proud, and Lincoln's rolling over in his grave. The Statue of Liberty is starting to sing. The founding fathers all know what went wrong now. It's bigger than you think. It's bigger than you think. Yeah. It's bigger than you think. We're starting to with the staff of truth in hand. His son is by his side. They've got the battle plan. And there's no doubt when the fires go out, where the victory's concerned. The victor's in the eyes of the Lord as the Son of Man returns. So get your duckies in a row. The table's almost set and dinner's on the way. There's no telling when it will be served, but the devil's gonna pay. 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 audition time. I didn't understand the plot. Sometimes I couldn't read my lines. I couldn't hear the director. Must have missed a cue. I should have played the protector. Instead I refused. Hey, take two. I wanna try that scene one more time. Take two. Maybe we can change a few lines for my peace of You were center stage. I was holding the script. And when I finally turned the page, you lost your grip. And in the final act, I remember well, you were watching the crowd react. I went in for the kill. We of tears. I can't see beyond me. Could it be, Lord, could it be that she never really loved me? My eyes, Lord, my eyes. Father, I can't see. I lost what I held dear. Now I paid dearly for my folly, my sins and my fears. I am fed by the bread of tears. If we could turn back time, would it still rise against us? And would we make the right decisions? I need to say that I am loath in self-disgust. I broke the heart of God's provision. My eyes, Lord, my eyes. Now what am I to do? I don't have the strength. Where does this path lead me to? Oh, Father, take my hand. I need you to pull me through. If we could turn back time, would it still rise against us? Would we make the right decisions? I need to say that I am loath in self-disgust. I broke the heart of God's provision. Oh, if we could turn back time, would it still rise against us? Would we make the right decision? I need to say that I am loath in self-disgust. I broke the heart of God's provision. quite well. Everything's copacetic. It's hard to live with the loss, but it's working out somehow. As far as I can tell, Lord knows I'm trying. But why am I sitting here crying? Are you getting the picture? It's worth 1,000 words. When you find the tree, don't eat the fruit. You'll hear the sirens call. Thinking about a scripture, maybe one you might have heard. Take a look at me if you need proof. Pride comes before the fall. The strong don't last forever, and the weak can be so strong. The kids are doing great. I had to forgive her, so things are getting better. But it's taking far too long. All I can do is wait. Nothing's for certain, and I'm just sitting here hurting. Are you getting the picture? It's worth 1,000 words. When you find the tree, don't eat the fruit. You'll hear the sirens call. Thinking about the scripture, maybe one you might have heard. Take a look at me if you need proof. Pride comes before the fall. I know the time is standing in the gap, and I'm gonna need some time to search my soul. And that's what it takes, and I've accepted that. But working through these lonely days is gonna take its toll. Are you getting the picture? It's worth 1,000 words. When you find the tree, don't eat the fruit. You'll hear the sirens call. Thinking about a scripture, maybe one you might have heard. Take a look at me if you need proof. Pride comes before. Are you getting the picture? It's worth 1,000 words. When you find the tree, don't eat the fruit. You'll hear the sirens call. Reading about a scripture, maybe one you might have heard. Take a look at me if you need proof. Pride comes before the fall. I was saved by faith that was given to me, and I know by grace I have been set free. I was in the world, now I just wanna be in the Spirit. When I think I'm good, well, I stumble and fall. When I think I'm strong, I'm just up against the wall. It takes more than me to heed the call of the Spirit. It takes more than me to heed the call of the Spirit. Yeah. When I need the words, well, he lets me speak. When I know he's strong, now because I know I'm weak. When I'm lost and lonely, I know I need to seek the Spirit. Now it's my choice to seek his will, and his still small voice kills all my ill. I was so empty, but now I'm filled with the Spirit. I was so empty, but now I'm filled with the Spirit. Yeah. I was saved by grace that was given to me, and I know by faith I have been set free. I was in the world, now I just wanna be in the Spirit. I was in the world, now I wanna be in the Spirit. sunrise, but now we're watching it set on the love in our lives through a haze of regret. But we've known God's strength and felt His hand. He went to great lengths to show us His plan. It's not in His will that our love be robbed. It's time to be still and know that is God. And we got to face it head on. I've heard it said God's in meadows up ahead, a place where two can be as one. And it's the Almighty's plan to tie us together. Our love can't be severed if He's the third strand. It's the Almighty's plan to tie us together. Our love can't be severed if He's the third strand. It's the Almighty's plan to tie us together. Our love can't be severed if He's the third strand. Life is a seed planted by the one who sows what we need and gave us His Son. Every day a gift to glorify His name. When we honor Him, then He does the same. The sun is rising, not surprising, another new day begins. The sun is setting, not forgetting, price He paid for our sins. The Lord watches us, that's only to say He loves us so much, He can't look away. Whenever you start to seek out His face, He'll open your heart and pour in His grace. When you find Him, stand behind Him, don't be blind to His view. Once you feel Him, then reveal Him, don't conceal Him in you. Tonight, there's an old man on the corner. He's out there on his soapbox screaming, look out for the foreigners. He's got his tin cup out full of wood, hay, and stubble. He's vying to be cast into the fire of Jacob's trouble. When someone with God's grace speaks up, the old man stops and freezes. He tells him, you don't need to be cast in that fire, no. You need Jesus. There's a sweetheart in the cafe. She's got a window seat. You might think her booth looks empty, but it's really full of ghosts. As the waitress stops her coffee up, she stares out at the street and believes that all the things she lost are the things she needed most. And when someone with God's grace sits down, her hand he gently squeezes. He tells her, you don't need any of those things, no. You need Jesus. Yes, we all need Jesus, and there's a case in point. He takes all kinds, and all kinds are invited. Spirit searches to and fro, his people to anoint. His love is real, his love is true, his love is requited. There goes a young man in an overcoat. It looks like he's in trouble. He just passed by like there might be no return. He's got pressure from outside. Things just might burst his bubble. And he's finding all the bridges broke that he set out to burn. And when someone with God's grace offers to help pick up the pieces, he tells him, you don't need to burn those bridges, no. You need Jesus. Yes, we all need Jesus, and there's a case in point. He takes all kinds, and all kinds are invited. Spirit searches to and fro, his people to anoint. His love is real, his love is true, his love is requited. There's a big old neon sign that's telling us the world's the way to go. But it's the blind leading the blind into a darkness so enticing. As they're falling in the pit, they think they're reaching new plateaus. There's a country that we dream about. It's the home of the brave. Although lately one might argue it's a somewhat chip of fools. Yeah, for all our noble efforts, we still kill our unborn babes. We're the country and that God that kicks God out of the schools. And when the Almighty King comes back to do just as he pleases, and when this world sees him coming in the clouds, they'll know they need Jesus. Yes, we all need Jesus, and there's a case in point. He takes all kinds, and all kinds are invited. Spirit searches to and fro, his people to anoint. His love is real, his love is true, his love is requited. Yes, we all need Jesus, and there's a case in point. He takes all kinds, and all kinds are invited. Spirit searches to and fro, his people to anoint. His love is real, his love is true, his love is requited. Yes, we all need Jesus. Jesus. Yes, we all need 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 Jesus.
Well, praise Jesus. Thank you for listening to The Lookout Guy. I'm Michael Tobin, your Lookout Guy on the Lookout Guy podcast. You've been listening to the ultimate Vini Contreras sneak peek. 14 songs from Vini Contreas, including his latest release, a Boston cover song, and his first major song, Wild Strawberries. And by all accounts, this has been the most intricate podcast that I've done, because I did it all on my hands-free galactic warrior devices for battling through the principalities and everything. Hands-free devices. And by all accounts, again, as I'd say, my prediction was correct in saying that it'll probably be a midnight thing, so it's 11:43 p.m. Pacific time, October 16th, 2021. So my prayer is for everybody listening to have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah season this year, and keep on trudging, keep on trucking, pray through everything. It is, we all talk about a lot of spiritual warfare going on. I shared with you a quick prayer, and I see a release and an answer to this prayer for my friend, the photographer, Howard Thorne. And thank you again for listening to The Lookout Guy. I'm Michael Tobin, and you'll be hearing more Vini Contreras on my future podcasts on The Lookout Guy. As I drive with my hands-free galactic devices, as my friend Michael Basham, another podcaster, likes to talk about. He says, why do I use all these galactic spaceship analogies? Is because in these times, and the times coming, we're going to need some serious weapons, and they are weapons of warfare, and he can use all kinds of analogies of galactic spaceships and all this other stuff, but it's a mere example on how the Lord works through the Spirit. We literally have access to the throne of God from this concrete buildings, this piece of ground, this little speck that we call home. Wherever we're at, we have access to the throne of God through prayer and communication with the Creator of the universe. So let the Lord fight your battles. Communicate with the Lord. Ask and ye shall receive. Thank you again. God bless you. And have a wonderful day.